Organizational control and how to measure it. Dave King's presentation for National American University Class MT 6255, Introduction to Leadership and Quality for Assignment LP4. Controls are the processes that are used by one person or group to control the processes of another process or group. Organizational controls. Organizational control is one method of helping an organization to succeed in today's production-driven climate. The amount of control exhibited is directly relational to the desired outcome in the task at hand. One study actually discussed the amount of control directly related to the tenure within the organization. The study found that younger employees felt their skills were more transferable and were able to move between jobs freely, while older workers who felt their skills did not transfer easily were more dedicated to the organization, and the controls of the organization and the processes were improved. Organization charts are typically a good way to show where controls and communication channels exist. To effectively manage an organization, there needs to be a clearly defined leadership within the organization. This is where the organization chart can be quite helpful. They are meant to lay out who reports to who and who are the responsible parties. In 1992, Microsoft created the Directions on Microsoft Organization Chart. It was considered an honor to be included on this organization chart, but it is really hard to tell what approach is being used. Is it vertical or divisional, or do they work in teams? But when an organization chart gets this big, is it really an accurate description of the controls in the organization? Maybe they should consider lean. The next slide, published on Statutory.com, shows the way that major IT companies in the mark show control. Amazon would be functioning with the divisional approach. Google, or what's known as Alphabet, would be using a combination of a divisional and a matrix. Facebook would have a virtual approach. Microsoft would be a divisional approach. Apple would be a virtual network, and Oracle would be a divisional approach if the lawyers get their way. But a good organization chart should be simple and clearly defined. This example of a vertical approach comes from a hospital within a corporation, so there's actually another layer that you do not see. Controls can be used to manage people, processes, finances, customers, contractors, and other controls. Controlling people are typically the hardest thing to control. People would rather be worked with, valued as a team member, or independent.
Control me, Dad! No, you can't control me!
That's what most people think. Two common approaches to process improvement are total quality management and plan, do, study, act. In the PDSI format, you take one or more simple projects you would like to improve or change, which is the planning stage, perform the test, which is do, find out what is working and not working, study, and finally determine what changes need to be made from what you learned. The other approach is the total quality management approach, which manages more on a global and decentralized approach to improve the organization by attempting to engage all employees in improving quality on a global scale. Now that we've figured out what needs to be changed, we need to have a tool to measure the effectiveness of these changes and controls. A couple of tools that would work from the measurement process are the balance scorecard, and from the financial side, the balance sheet. Balance scorecard was first introduced in 1992 to improve the tracking of performance metrics. Because looking at a large set of numbers on a spreadsheet, the concept of stoplight methodology was introduced, making it easier to find the areas that excelled in addition to the areas that needed improvement. Balance scorecards usually show percentage of results to desired outcome. If you get 4 correctly, then the score is 100%. Green would indicate the goal was met. Yellow would indicate that you're within a given percent of the goal, let's say 5%. Red would mean that the process missed the goal by greater than 5% of the goal. Blue was added when index metrics were introduced. If you have the opportunity to be better than the target, let's say lower on readmissions to a hospital or greater than the revenue budgeted, you could go anywhere from 100 to 200%. Another type of scorecard rolls up all of the metrics into simple readable goals, the actual, the target, and the percentage compliance. You can use this on a monthly basis or an annual rolled up. As you can see on this one, it shows metrics that would reach 100% as well as financial goals which could go greater than 100%. The final tool to discuss is the balance sheet. Used primarily in finance, this is a good goal to see if the process and people within the organization are controlling the financial processes. Let's imagine what this tool would look like if you introduced a stoplight concept. No process is effective without control, and no control can be proven effective without